Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy laced with a large dose of satire, the Stan Freberg Show. This episode goes back to August 11th, 1957, as Stan has a visitor from the moon. He does.
You know what that was?
What?
That was a full half hour of the Stan Freberg Show played backward at high speed. How would you like to hear it played forward at normal speed?
Please.
This is the fifth show of the series of a brand new radio series.
From Hollywood, we present the Stan Freberg Show.
With the music of Billy May.
Plus the songs of Peggy Taylor with Doris Butler, June Foray, Peter Leeds, and Judd Collins with the Mayors.
You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you on RADI. Good evening. Well, here it is, our fifth show already, and it's certainly been wonderful you folks to tune us in. You notice I didn't say invite us into your living room? We try to meticulously avoid saying that kind of radio cliche around here. We also try to avoid saying a funny thing happened to me on the way to the studio, or perhaps old clock on the wall says it's time to go, or maybe, and now a word from our sponsor. On second thought, I'd rather enjoy saying that one. Any of you fellows out there in sponsor land who would enjoy having me say it, be sure and write, even if it's only a contract. Mr. Leeds, if you please, would you read the news bulletin?
Certainly, Stan.
Thank you.
From the wires of our news service, a brightly burning, unidentified object lit West Coast skies from Los Angeles to Portland, east to Salt Lake City and Boise, Idaho. Police at Wairika in far northern California, near the Oregon border, reported it appeared to be a small egg-shaped object which gave off blue sparks. A county sheriff's officer said hundreds of observers reported having seen a flying saucer.
Thank you. Now, I don't know how much stock you folks put in that story, but within a few hours of the time the object was sighted in the small town of Wairika, California, was it?
That's right, Wairika. Yep.
A flying saucer actually landed and was captured by Mr. Leroy Phipps.
Yep.
What was that again?
Yep.
Now, just how did you find the saucer, Mr. Phipps?
Well, I found it next to the carrots.
That again?
I come in for dinner. I was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I sat down in the breakfast nook, and there it was, next to the carrots. Must have flown in the window.
I see.
I thought it was an unusually large Hubbard squash.
Hubbard squash, eh? Well, how did you...
I had it all buttered up. Yes, sir, I was going to partake of it. And then, all of a sudden, it started making a noise like a little teeny Dixieland band.
Well, I'll bet that pretty nigh scared you out of your boots.
No, I was not wearing boots.
No, I mean, were you alarmed?
Well, I thought it was an unusually musical Hubbard squash. I'll say that for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, what happened then?
Right after I thought it was an unusually musical Hubbard squash, you mean?
Yes.
Well, right after that, I'd given up eating supper.
Mm-hmm.
The lid popped open, and a teeny little man with antenna climbed right out.
Well, that's pretty fantastic. Just a moment, Mr. Phipps. So where's the saucer now?
What do you think this is I'm holding under my arm?
Well, I didn't know. Here, so set it on the table there.
All right.
Set it down. Gee, it's still buttered up.
Well, certainly, I ain't give up hope.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't see any man with an antenna.
Well, he was there.
Yeah, well, just a moment, Mr.
Now,
Phipps.
wait a minute. All right, you don't believe me?
believe
I'll
it.
go get my wife.
No need to bother your wife. Certainly is a strange-looking object. Wait a minute. It's starting to glow. What's this? Ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. Bring that other microphone over here, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the saucer is now giving off rather blue sparks. Now a little door is opening. And the little man is coming out. I believe he's going to speak.
Take me to your leader.
No, that's the microphone. I'm over here.
Are you an Earthman?
Yes, I am. What did you think I was?
I don't know. I thought you were an unusually talkative Hubbard squash. You mind if I partake of you?
No, please. My name is Stan Freberg, actually. Where are you from?
My name is Orville. I'm from the moon. I got a letter from my sister. She was on your show 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, Miss Jupiter, huh? The girl with the shapely wheels.
Sir, I'll thank you to leave my sister's wheels out of this.
I'm sorry, it was rude of me.
Do all the people here look like you?
Well, no, not all of them, no.
Because it's quite a disappointment to me so far, I'll be honest.
Well, I think we can fix that. Just a moment. Peggy Taylor, can you come over here a moment, please?
Why, sure, Stan.
You see there, Orville?
He's a nice-looking boy, isn't he?
Great.
I hadn't exactly thought of her like that. I must have a talk with you sometime, Orville. By the way, what made you decide to leave the moon?
Well, I didn't care for the climate. We had this stuff in the air. It was a kind of a mixture of smoke and fog. The politicians tried to blame it on the exhaust from the flying saucers. But actually, it was caused by the green cheese refineries.
I see.
Oh, they kept promising to do something about it, but they never did. Big business, I got tired of my eyes burning and came here to Los Angeles to get away from it.
Oh?
You think I'll like it here better?
Well, I wouldn't send your laundry out for a while.
Hey, Freeb,
Yeah?
how about an introduction to the tomato?
Tomato, where? Orville, that's a typewriter.
I'd like to see that in a bikini.
That's ridiculous.
Don't knock it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'd like to be on his show again sometime, Orville. You have a refreshing point of view.
I have to sell my saucer and move in with you. You think I could get a good price for it?
Oh, I think so.
It's nearly new. I bought it from a little old lady on Saturn who only drove it on Sundays. It's about 30 light years to the gallon,
Well, perhaps we could sell it to a science fiction magazine.
Oh, come on. You don't believe that stuff, do you?
No, I don't believe that junk.
Neither do I. I'm going to sing.
I didn't know you did.
Come off it, Freeb. On the Interplanetary Network, I'm known as the voice of cheese.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I know that spaceman over there. Hey, Ogog!
That's Billy May.
Sure looks like Ogog.
May I sing now? I have a song for my relatives back home.
Fine.
Hit it, Og. Everybody on yon twinkling star, doesn't matter on which one you are. If you're digging me on your radar, hello out there, hello.
Take it, Freeb. Though you are a strange and weirdo race, if you are equipped to fly through space, pay a little visit to our place. Hello out there, hello. Take it, thank you.
If you got nothing else to do, just rev up the rocket. To pocket. If you've a pair of wings that you attach to a sprocket, fly on down. Don't you let appearance worry you. They are pretty funny looking too. Anyway, in case I'm coming through, hello out there. Hello.
August 11th, 1957, The Stan Freberg Show on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medi-Share for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medi-Share's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medi-Share is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more The Stan Freberg Show, August 11th, 1957.
Last week we had the pleasure of presenting Dr. Herman Horn, the noted electronics scientist, in the first of 3 lectures on hi-fi. Last week we had such wonderful hi-fi demonstrations as the mating call of the aardvark, Luella Parsons putting catsup on a clam sandwich at the Brown Derby. Goodness knows what fascinating experience is in store for us tonight. And here he is, that man about electrons, Dr. Herman Horn.
Yes, thank you. By way of simple explanation to the layman, which is a polite way of saying cloth head, hi-fi brings out everything that is on the record. Little subtle things like piano overtones, harp vibrations, clicks, scratches, surface noise. All the things you couldn't hear before, and amplifies them with magnificent clarity. Yes. Hi-fi, of course, stands for high fidelity, and no home can be without it. In spite of what your wife says, ignore it. Ignore it. All women are troublemakers who would like to take the money their husbands need desperately for a new and better speaker and selfishly squander it on things like shoes for the children, homogenized milk, or perhaps a second dress. They can sit there and watch their husbands suffer with old equipment which has been obsolete for at least a week and deny him the new theater playback system he needs so badly. Shameful, shameful, Mrs. America. Comes now the contest. If you could guess the sound we are going to play, you win a life-size, full-color, inflatable latex rubber Liberace. He comes in a sitting position with arms extended, ready to be blown up and set down at your very own piano. Okay, Strudelmeyer. Blow him up. Gee, that's realistic. Well, certainly looks like Lee. Well, on with the contest. Here is an ordinary sound that you hear around the house every day. What is it? Give up? That was Benny Goodman in a skin diver's suit, 20 feet underwater, playing Danny Boy in a kelp bed. Too bad you missed. Well, try again. What is this? Well, you get it? That was King Farouk in a skin diver suit, 20 feet underwater, applauding Benny Goodman. Comes now the last sound. Could you guess it? That was the sound of John L. Lewis giving his eyebrows a crew cut for the summer. Better luck next time. What a shame. Nobody won. All right, Strudelmeyer, let the air out of the latex piano player. Right. Now just a word about the care of hi-fi records. You've heard the expression, cleanliness is next to high fidelity? Well, all right. When you get home from the record store, wash the hands with surgical soap before removing the record from the plastic envelope. Rubber gloves and face mask are optional. Next, approach the machine on tippy toe. You shouldn't raise no dust. To show you how good a sterile record sounds, my assistant Strudelmeyer is going to play a dust-free, surgically clean LP what has never been touched by human hands. After he gets through with it, it still ain't been touched by human hands. From the edges, handle it only, Strood. Strudelmeyer. It works better if you remove the plastic envelope first. That's a little better. That'll be enough, Strudelmeyer. Well, you did it that time, Strudelmeyer. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, under the Hi-Fi Oath, Section 22, Paragraph 18, Strudelmeyer must be destroyed at once. Get a big fire going under that oil, Strudelmeyer. I want it boiling!
Unfortunately, we will not be able to continue with Dr. Horn's speech due to the fact that he seems to be cooking something on the stove. But he will be back again next week with more fascinating information on the subject of hi-fi.
Now for
Pardon me, Stan.
Oh, yes. What is it, June Foray, as they say in radio?
Do you mind if I go home now?
Well,
I don't have any other bits coming up.
I know, but I'd like to have you stick around. I mean, why do you have to dash off? Is this your bowling night?
No, that was last night. I want to get home and look at something.
You mean on that little box with the screen?
Yeah.
Sorry, you know the rules here in Radio June.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
come on, Stan. Let's deviate.
Well, if you insist. We just happen to have one of those things in my dressing room.
You do?
Shh, don't tell anybody. Come on.
Gee, I didn't know CBS Radio would allow one of those things in this BYLDING.
Well, don't spread it around.
Gee, a whole 10-inch set.
Yeah, I'll snap it on.
Gee, it sure is funny looking.
Yeah, I had it made up egg-shaped. CBS Radio just thinks it's an unusually pictorial Hubbard squash.
Well, believe me, I won't tell him. Hey, we're just in time for my favorite band leader.
You mean Bubbles? I think he's fading on now.
Good, I like him.
Thank you, and good evening, friends.
We'll be bringing you the conclusion of the Stan Freberg Show from August 11th, 1957, coming up in a few moments. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox here on your favorite radio station.
Veterinary telemedicine is booming. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Teller, president of the American Veterinary Medical Association, and I know firsthand that telehealth is a valuable tool to help provide our precious pets with the healthcare they need and deserve. Here are some situations where telemedicine may be an option for you and your pet. If the veterinarian has seen your pet in person in the past. If you're not sure you need to schedule an in-person visit. If your pet had surgery and needs post-operative follow-up. For skin diseases and rash rechecks. When your veterinarian needs to monitor your pet's chronic problems such as diabetes or allergies. If there are behavioral issues or training challenges, or for hospice care. It's always good to have your session in a quiet place with good lighting. If you're not sure if you should set up a telehealth session, call your veterinarian and they'll let you know. To learn more, check out avma.org/telehealth. avma.org/telehealth.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of the Stan Freberg Show, August 11th, 1957, and his Lawrence Welk satire.
We've been getting lots of cards and letters from you folks. From you folks out there in television land. And we surely do thank you for all the cards and the letters from you folks out there in television land. Starting us off tonight is our trio, the Lemon Sisters. And girls, so what are you going to sing?
We're going to sing thank you for all those cards and letters you folks out there in television land.
Lant. And apropos a number. A 1 and a 2 and...
Thank you for all those cards and letters you folks in television land. We wonder where this television land is. Could it be a couple of miles from where Disneyland is? Well, nevertheless, you guys have helped.
What is that noise there? Oh, it's the bubble machine. Turn off the bubble machine, please. Somebody. Folks. Just a moment. I'm sorry. Hold it just a moment, please. Turn off the bubble machine. Please, turn off the bubble. Thank you, Lemon Sisters, for that lovely number. Wonderful. Hit the theme, boys. And so it's a good night from all the champagne. Where's the cameras? Music maker, turn off the bubble. Wonderful, wonderful. Take your foot out of my accordion now. And so, friends, help.
The Stan Freberg Show is produced in Hollywood by Pete Barnum and is written by Stan Freberg and Pete Barnum with original songs by Stan Freberg. Featuring the music of Billy May, Judd Conlon's Rhythm Airs, and the songs of Peggy Taylor with Dawes Butler, Peter Leeds, and June Foray. Bud Sewell speaking.
Oh, people, do you know what next Sunday is?
No! What is next Sunday?
Next Sunday, we have set aside 1 minute as a time of universal tap dancing. At the given moment, people around the world will put aside their differences and tap dance side by side for 1 minute. At the given time, stop. Get out of your car, step out of your houses, wherever you are, and let's tap dance with our fellow man. If you can't tap dance, don't just sit there. Snap your fingers. Or at the very least, hum Tea for Two. We'll have microphones set up around the world as each country joins in. That's a week from tonight as we set aside a time of universal tap dancing. Let this, then, be the first move toward international brotherhood. Until next week, this is Stan Freberg saying, brush up on those taps. God bless you for listening, and good night.
Crazy, Crazy Satire, August 11th, 1957, Stan Freberg on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of the soap opera Claudia, Bertha Takes Over. This episode originally broadcast August 11th, 1948.
Your Coca-Cola bottler presents Claudia, based on the famous play and novels by Rose Franken. Brought to you transcribed Monday through Friday by your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. Relax, and while you're listening, refresh yourself. Have a Coke. And now, Claudia.
David? Hey, David, do you have any idea what time it is? David, where are you? You'll miss your train. Do I have to come upstairs and get you by brute force? David, don't you hear me calling?
Don't I hear you calling, Caroline?
Oh, you're so pixie this morning. Why didn't you answer me?
What is there to say?
You in the nursery making all that noise?
I am there indeed, but for the noise, it comes from your part of the house.
David, what are you doing in here?
Can't I say hello to my son without having to answer a million questions?
Whew, I'm all out of breath, getting old. You'll keep your train waiting at the station.
Your watch is fast. I've plenty of time.
Oh, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Given the opportunity, I might have.
You're very sweet this morning.
We aim to please. All right, Skeezix. Say goodbye to your old man.
Hey, you'll wake him up.
So what?
Well, it isn't healthy.
For him or me?
For me, he'll start crying.
He wouldn't dare. No, come up here. Come on, say goodbye to your father decently.
David, he thinks you're crazy. So do I.
Then it's unanimous. Now, how about a kiss for Pop so he'll go out and earn you $1 million?
No.
No, what?
You know kissing is taboo.
Since when?
It isn't sanitary.
You're so complimentary.
Oh, it's nothing against you especially. It's modern medicine.
A pox on modern medicine.
You think it exaggerates, too?
I know it does. Ask Bertha.
Why, Bertha?
Oh, she's an old hand with babies. She knows her business.
Well, the nurse said no kissing for the first few months, and that means us. Me too.
Who wants to kiss this 4-week brat anyway?
Oh, now I've hurt your feelings. Admit it, I do. Hurts mine.
You are a rotten actress, you know.
If you have a kiss to spare, what's the matter with me?
Wasn't going to be that kind of a kiss.
Well, that's nice to know. Now put him back in the crib and get going, David. You make me nervous loitering.
Where'd you get that word?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Mhm.
Oh, no, put him on his back. There, that's fine.
You know, I don't think he's growing. Not in length, anyway.
Stop criticizing him. He's doing his very best. Come along, David. Oh, stop it.
That's what you've got to look forward to, son. Sleep while you can.
Oh, so you're finally on your way.
Is that a dig, Mrs. Brown?
Well, I don't like to see you not working hard. It's good for a man to work.
What's good about it?
It's his duty.
Mama's right.
Oh, hurry up or you'll be late.
You too? Claudia, I think your mother is very fond of
She
me.
just wants to be sure I'm kept in the style I'm not accustomed to.
Stop talking, Claudia, and let David get to work. Do him good for a change.
That's right, Mother. Whip me, lash me, and leave me not to rest.
See you tonight, David.
If I decide not to stay in town and work all night,
Don't let Mama give you ideas.
well, toodle-dee-doo, darling.
Toodle-dee-doo. Is that all the goodbye I get? Kissing me on the forehead like a stranger?
It's the kiss I wasn't allowed to give my own son. Well, I'm off to earn the bacon.
Spare yourself. I'm not crazy about bacon.
See you tonight.
Goodbye. Drive carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait for the green lights to cross the street.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a decent lunch.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you love me?
Yes, ma'am.
Claudia, who are you waving to?
To David.
He'll be home tonight. You don't have to look as if you're saying goodbye for a month.
Well, time is a very relative thing. It's how a person feels.
Uh-oh, big words.
What are you going to do now, Mama?
What's it to you?
Nothing. It's just nice to know what a person's own mother is doing.
Well, I thought I'd go in the kitchen and see if I can help Bertha out.
She won't want you.
How do you know?
She kicked me out.
Oh, that's a different matter.
Sometimes I think this isn't my own house. Hey, Mama, wait. I'm coming into the kitchen with you.
2 is company, 3's a crowd. Oh, Bertha, you look so busy. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, not a thing, Mrs. Brown, and I am not busy. Oh, but you're not busy. Just look at you, surrounded with things to do.
Well, I like to have things to do. I don't consider it being busy.
What can Mom and I do to help, Bertha?
Go outside and sit under the apple tree. I have all the things ready for lunch. Now I prepare the baby's food. And then I do the laundry. Do the laundry?
There isn't any laundry to do.
Oh, yeah, a few things.
Well, what few things?
Well, I wash the baby's things and the little linen, and that's all.
Oh, but we send the linen out to be done. And we have a service for the baby's things.
A service?
Yeah.
Oh. What do you want to be using a service for?
Well,
that's an insult to the baby. Bertha washes his things herself. It isn't necessary. Nobody washes baby things anymore, except a few vests and things, and he hardly wears them in the summer. Well, I don't care what anybody else does. I wash the baby's things. You think I like his private things to be done by somebody else? Oh, and it is such a beautiful washing machine.
You like?
It is a crime to send anything out of the house. And Mrs. Norton, it lasts longer when we do it at home.
Well, I'm not interested in a few old linens lasting longer. I'm interested in you lasting longer.
I last long enough.
Bertha, why aren't there more people like you in the world?
Oh, I do just what I like, Mrs. Brown. And Bobby is such a beautiful baby. I like to do for him.
Hopeless, Mama. No point in arguing.
Good. You agree with me. Now, out of the kitchen, both of you.
Let me prepare the baby's formula, Bertha, so you can get on with the laundry.
No, it only takes a minute.
Coming, Mother?
Yes, I'm coming.
Don't you feel a little unwanted?
I'm not used to all this leisure.
If I didn't think she really enjoyed it, I'd feel conscience-stricken. Well, what do we do now?
I could do some knitting.
I could read a book, I suppose.
Outside or inside?
Bertha said to go out.
Bertha's word seems to be law.
Not seems, it is.
I wonder if she's making the formula correctly.
Dare we go look and see?
She'd probably be offended.
I know. I'll pretend I'm going in for a glass of water. Mama, you stay here.
I'm thirsty, too.
You're Snoopy, too. You stay here.
Oh, all right. The way I get pushed around, you'll come.
I'll bring you a glass of water, Mama. Oh, Bertha, I was just, Bertha, what are you doing?
Taking the bottles out of the water to pour in the milk.
But you can't do it with your hands.
Well, why not? The bottles are not so hot.
Oh, but you're not supposed to...
What do you mean? I'm not supposed to.
You're supposed to use those scissors to take them out of the water.
Ah, that's nonsense. I should dirty the scissors when I can use my hands?
Oh, but you're supposed to boil the scissors with the bottle so they're clean.
I wash my hands so they are clean, too.
But they haven't been sterilized.
Sterilized? Oof, they're clean. Good soap is clean.
The nurse would die if she saw this. Bertha, look, the nurse gave me very specific directions. Our hands are not supposed to touch anything that the baby touches.
Yeah, they're not. But you touch the baby with your hands, don't you?
Well, that's different.
Why?
Because the nurse said so. Everything is supposed to be sterilized.
If everything is clean, it does not have to be sterilized.
That's not the way I heard it.
Now I pour the milk into the bottles.
Bertha, look, I don't like to be picky-uni, but
please
use the scissors.
Oh, if you are happier, I use them. Thank you. But it is all nonsense.
Of course it's nonsense. But it's the way it's done.
Well, then I do it. But with my 4 children, my hands were clean enough.
Now you're offended, aren't you, Bertha?
Oh, no. Modern doctors. They're always thinking of something new.
You're probably right.
The scissors. Boil. Whoosh. If something is clean, it is clean.
Here, I'll line the bottles up on the side. Oh, have you boiled the nipples?
They are on the stove.
Good.
Such complications. I go up now and give him a bottle.
Hey, what are you giving him?
Just a little orange juice.
Orange juice?
Yeah. He's old enough at this time. He had a little orange juice. Now, what is it they call it now? Liquid sunshine.
But I don't...
But it is not very strong. I mix it with a lot of water and a little sugar. He will like it.
Well, I'm not sure he's supposed to have it. I better ask Mama.
First baby. Always such a problem. At 4 weeks, orange juice when the baby is ready for it.
But how do you know he's ready?
Bertha knows.
You make it sound like witchery.
No, experience and love. Together they are the best doctor, and it saves you money.
Well, that's awfully sweet, but Oh, Mama.
I'm here at the front door, Claudia.
Mama, listen, Bertha wants to give the baby orange juice.
Well?
Well, what do you think?
Bertha knows what she's doing.
Well, don't you think we ought to call up the doctor?
I don't think it's necessary. The baby's over 4 weeks old. A little orange juice will be good for him.
You, too.
You had it at 4 weeks.
But he's not me.
If you'll feel better about it, call the doctor.
He says it's all right. I'll feel like a fool.
Then you'll feel like a fool.
And Bertha will be insulted.
You want to come upstairs and watch?
Oh, I'll come up in a minute, Bertha.
Claudia, stop worrying. It's perfectly all right to start on orange juice now. If the baby doesn't like it, he'll tell you.
I suppose that's what the doctor had said.
I guarantee it.
Bertha hates sterilizing things, Mama.
I've always felt it was a little exaggerated myself.
Listen, you, what's this about face?
What about face?
Well, it seems to me you're the one who's been so fussy about boiling and stuff till now.
I only do what I'm told.
You trust Bertha, too. David does.
David's usually right.
I'm always wrong. Is that it? I'm going up. You want to come?
I'll be up. Nothing so wonderful about it that I can't wait a moment.
In other words, you think this is my problem?
I don't think it's any problem at all.
Bertha, you up here?
Yeah, I'm in the nursery. Come in.
Well, how are things?
I pick him up and sit down right over here. Come on, Bobby.
He's awake.
Yeah, I walk in the room and he's awake. He waits for me. Now, a kiss for Bobby.
A kiss?
That's a good baby there. Yeah. You start to know Bertha, huh?
I didn't let David kiss him this morning.
Child must have much love. Love is better than boiling.
But if he doesn't like the orange juice, we don't have to give it to him.
Oh, well, he will love it. See? He takes it fast.
What a little pig. Hey, Skookums, you take it easy. Nobody's going to take it away from you. He likes it.
Yeah, he likes it. All he needs is Bertha.
You know, I think you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
But why couldn't you have been right 15 minutes ago before David left? Poor David. I nipped in the bud the first kiss he wanted to give his son. Oh, Bertha, I have so much to learn about babies. And about husbands.
No, not so much. You have a lot of time. Babies and husbands. Love seems to be very good for them.
Got your marketing list handy? Don't forget to jot down a carton of Coke. And when you're at the store, if you have a lot of things to buy and have to go trudging from one counter to another and one store to another, remember what I keep telling you. You'll take it easier if you shop refreshed. So step up to that familiar red cooler, drop in a nickel, pause, and refresh yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Mr. King, did you happen to hear what happened? Did the baby like his orange juice?
He most certainly did. Drank it like a veteran.
Oh, good. I knew Bertha knew what she was doing.
Well, you can relax from now on, Mrs. Norton. Your grandson is in good, experienced hands.
Don't think I don't appreciate it either. I do indeed.
And so do Claudia and David. They may not say it, but they do.
They better had.
You know, it's strange about those two, but they can get a kick out of practically anything.
What is the practically anything you have in mind, Mr. King?
Well, do you enjoy cleaning out your closet, Mrs. Brown?
I do not.
See what I mean?
Frankly, no.
Well, then, come around tomorrow and you will. Till then, so long, Mrs. Brown.
Goodbye, Mr. King.
Every day, Monday through Friday, Claudia comes to you transcribed with the best wishes of your friendly neighbor who bottles Coca-Cola. So listen again tomorrow at the same time. And now this is Joe King saying au revoir. And remember, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you may be, when you think of refreshment, think of Coca-Cola. For Coca-Cola makes any pause the pause that refreshes. And ice-cold Coca-Cola is everywhere. This broadcast of Claudia was supervised and directed by William Brown Maloney.
From August 11th, 1948, Claudia here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. I hope you enjoy that Stan Freberg Show. And if you don't, get over it. It's satire. Now, some people will dearly enjoy it. It's like Bob and Ray. Some people love Bob and Ray, and some people just don't get it. A lot of people just didn't get Bob and Ray or Stan Freberg. Anyway, we thank you for joining us here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Please thank this station and support their advertisers. It's their kindness and the courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. We thank you and we thank them. If you miss a day on the station, you don't have to miss a single show. Our shows are all available on demand through classicradio.stream. That's our webpage, classicradio.stream. You can stream our shows there. You can find all the podcast information about where our podcasts are available. You can learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can find our social media links. You can contact me, and you can buy me a coffee. If you drop me a donation through Buy Me a Coffee, that'll help us acquire brand new classic radio shows, because I don't drink coffee. So there you go. Classicradio.stream is the webpage. Classicradio.stream. Thanks for tuning in. Tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.